Hey guys, it's Ashley with my Soul on Fire, and today, oops, just knocked something over. Today I'm going to be doing a different type of geode than the one that I did before. And I am actually I've been using mostly hogs lately. I have an Ozark trail left, and I'm actually going to be using that for this. I really like doing this type of geode with these Ozarks because, if I have them on hand, because I can very easily cover up this logo, and that can sometimes get in the way of certain designs, which is one of the reasons why I like those hogs so much, because there's nothing like that to have to cover up. So I am going to get started. Now, I do this version in somewhat of, I think I'm going to use this. I do this version a little differently. I don't plan this out a whole lot. I just kind of go for it, and that's that. So basically what I do a lot of times to just kind of get an idea of it, I want it, this is actually going to be a gift for my mother, and I want it to be really pretty. I have an idea in my head as to what I want. I'm going to do to kind of plan this out. I'm just going to take this, I think, what was it called? Papaya Whip. I do have a link to get to Arteza, so even though I don't have like a coupon code for these, I can put that link down for the Arteza page. Just so you can get there and check it out. And I'm gonna kind of go, you can do whatever kind of shape you want to do here. Let me wet my brush a little. That's better. This isn't the best brush, but the beautiful thing about this is that you don't need to have great strokes on this. It doesn't have to be a work of art. You're putting glitter over it. You're just trying to kind of get an idea of what you want to do with it first. So here I go. This is going to be my main. Maybe I want to kind of go out like that a little bit more. And then kind of maybe like that. So I just kind of play around with it with the paint until I find a sort of shape that I like, and then I kind of go with that. The beautiful thing about it is that it really doesn't matter, because once you get that glitter on there, it's going to be different anyway, because that glitter doesn't give it this fine edge. It gives it a much more organic looking edge when I put that chunky glitter on there. So all right, so for the next color, I'm just going to do like a tan color underneath. It doesn't really matter. This is really mostly for planning it out. I'll use this gold. Let's do that. This is really just kind of for planning it out. You're not going to see any of it. And I'm just going to put a line right around it. Now, what I kind of do is next to my chunky glitter, I usually do one that's not completely fine, but is not as chunky either. I think I'm going to have to get another brush too. This brush is gross. I have a lot of like really cheap brushes around here because, where'd my paper towel go? I have a lot of cheap brushes around here because some of the things that I do tend to be brush ruining. And right now, because of all the stay-at-home orders and everything, I am really running low on some supplies here. I just have quite a few kind of cruddy brushes. Let's see about this. Okay, and no, I'm gonna keep using this one for this color. I'll use that for another one though. Okay, and I'm just going, because I really like the thickness of this brush, I'm just gonna do this. You don't have to do it this way. Sometimes I'm just showing you guys this way because it's easier for a lot of people to help visualize if they've got like a map sort of painted out on their cup. A lot of times now, like this is how I started kind of doing it to give me an idea, but a lot of times now I just do it by, I just put the Mod Podge straight on the cup. And do it by sight. One of the problems with doing that though is that you end up having to use a lot of layers of glitter to, not a lot, but you have to use a couple layers of glitter for sure, because you're going to be able to see right through it and see right to the silver. Okay, so that's my second one there. Okay. All right, now I think I'm gonna do maybe a thinner line here. Have a couple of thin lines in there. Beautiful thing about it is that you can do whatever you want to do. Okay. All right, so this is what I've got. This is what I'm doing with it. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to do another one. I might actually do another one coming off the top here. I have now just gotten, after I wiped this down, I just got fingerprints all over it, but that's not a big deal because I'm painting on it anyway. I think I might do another one coming down here, just a smaller one. So I'm going to do that. Something like that. This here. Again, this is just a map. There's going to be more colors than just 3 going on in this cup. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for a start. And this is all going to be, I do believe, a dark brown. I think I'm going to go that route, but until I actually decide, I don't know that I want to paint it yet. Okay. Alright, so basically I've just gotten a bunch of colors together. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. I'm just going to kind of wing it because I have too many ideas flowing in my head right now. One thing that I do want to show you guys though, anybody that has bought from Shimmer Tree Glitter knows that the glitter comes in these pouches. I want you to see how full this pouch still is after I filled. Oh good Lord, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, I just filled one of these things with that glitter. I didn't think that I moved it, but I must have. Oh, I did. It's right over here. I filled this, and it's not completely full, but it's full up to this part here. And there's still this much glitter left in here. So that's how much 2 ounces is. For anybody that's wondering, I get that question a lot. People are like, should I buy 2? Should I buy? Most of the time, you just need 1 unless it's a color that you use a lot. Because, I mean, this here is less than a 2 ounce container. So just keep that in mind. But what I think I'm going to start with is, I think I'm actually going to start with Wink, which is a new glitter that I got. I don't even have it in a container yet. So let me get it into a container here. Just got this one today. It's very similar to Faith. Very similar to Faith. Faith has like a darker little dot in it. You see that? Can you even see that? This is Wink, this is Faith. Like that little piece of glitter is like more of a silver in the Faith, and then this is the Wink. And I'm going to use the Wink because I'm going to be dyeing this. It's not going to stay white. I'm going to be dyeing it with some alcohol ink. I'm going to see. I can't make up my mind today. Bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this little bit because I can't make up my mind. And I'm going to paint this with the Mod Podge. And I try to make it seamless. Like when you get done, there's going to be some gobs. I try to get rid of those gobs. When it's the thicker glitter, it's not that big of a deal, but when you get into that thinner glitter, you're going to see it. I would have preferred to probably do this with a cup that doesn't have a seam, but oh well. It's okay. It's what I had, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I cannot complain. Okay, let me get a piece of paper to catch my glitter in. And bam. I'm gonna lay this here, top of that Mod Podge, and I'm going to knock it off. Ooh, that looks nice. Okay. I'm going to take one of my dry brushes, and I'm going to brush it off of the part that it doesn't belong on. There. Now, once that dries, I'm probably going to put a little bit more on there as well. So just keep that in mind. I don't know why I just grabbed that here. What you want to like get it out of the areas it's not supposed to be in is one of these like really fluffy brushes, like or really fluffy, and make sure it's dry, and it'll just get rid of any glitter that you don't want there. Okay. So there we go. Now the next, how am I gonna do this? I think the next color, I think I'm gonna use Just Peachy, which is a color shifting glitter that I have. It's Shimmer Tree glitter. I should have opened this bottle up a little bit more. I'm spilling it everywhere. All right, hold on. There's like 3 little pieces of glitter still on this page. Okay, I think I'm going to use the Just Peachy for the next one. That's this one. Now I'm going to take, now I mean, yes, do be careful when you're pouring this on to try to not get it into the other part, but I mean, it's going to happen. I'm just going to have to knock it out with your other brush. So I'm laying it on as nicely as I can. I'm going to kind of push this down a little bit, and then bam, knock it off. Oh, I'm really liking that. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this brush that I did before, knock off all of the excess and anything. Actually, there's not really anything in where it's not supposed to be. If anything, I missed a small spot where it is supposed to be. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pat this down a little bit, and I really like how that's starting to look there. That's looking real pretty. Okay, and let me pick, there's just a couple pieces. I can save all of this Just Peachy, but there's a couple pieces of that Wink in there that I don't want to get into my big bottle of Just Peachy here. Okay, and now I'm going to keep going. Okay. Now I'm going to kind of, because this is, I'm going to be using a finer glitter, I think, on this next one. I'm going to kind of smooth this out with this brush here. I don't really want a whole lot of lines in there, because it will show pretty easily on these finer glitters. But I also don't want my Mod Podge to dry up either. Okay, so it's not going to be perfect, but whatever, is what it is. Okay, so do I want, I think I'm going to do my cider. I love the cider color. It's such a pretty color. And it's okay to get a little bit in the Just Peachy there, but I don't want to get too much. It'll come out pretty easily though once I brush it. See, it's just coming right out of there, and it's okay to have a little bit in there. That's why, I mean, I'm using colors that go with each other pretty nicely, so. And then we're just gonna out of all of this area. I think I'm gonna do a brown. I think I'm gonna do another fine one though. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do another fine. Maybe even my holographic brown that I'm actually thinking about using for the background of the majority of the cup. I think I might put like a little stripe of that in here. That might be pretty. Yeah, I think that's what I'll probably do. And because I'm making this line so thin, I think I'm going to do this a little bit as I go. This is my mud pie. It's real pretty. And this should be salvageable because even if some cider gets in it, you're not gonna be able to tell. I don't know if you can see how pretty that's looking. It is so pretty. Okay. I think I'm going to use this. Yep, love it. This I'm going to have to look up and see. It's not a Shimmer Tree glitter. I'll look up and see, and I'll post the name and where I got it from below. I have all of them logged from other places. And like I've said before, make sure that you don't limit yourself to one place. Of course, you might have your favorites, but check out lots of different places because there are lots of different things out there. Even if you find a place that you think has it all, they really may not. Oh my gosh, this is looking so pretty. She's gonna love it. I messed up though a little bit, and where did I set that? Right here. And my Mod Podge dried a little there, so we're gonna go back over that again. How beautiful is this? Oh my gosh, I love it. It is looking stunning. Oh, why did I shut that? I need to put this away now. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to go with I feel like I need something. Maybe this. This one, it looks almost kind of like a sand kind of color. It's got some iridescence in there, but it's also kind of like a silvery gold color. I think I'm going to try that for this next bit. That's really pretty. And I want something with a little bit of texture, but not too much because there's a lot of texture in that gold. And there's something else that I'm going to be adding to this cup. So, and again, I'll let you know this is not a Shimmer Tree one. This one isn't. So I'll let you know where I got this from after I look it up. I'll put it in the comment, not in the comments, in the description. I always say the comments below, in the description below. Okay, so I was gonna put this color next to that gold, but I feel like it doesn't help it pop. So instead I'm gonna put Cocoa, which is a Shimmer Tree glitter, and I feel like it's different enough from the Mud Pie that I can put it that close to it. The Mud Pie has more of a, well, the Mud Pie is holographic, but it also, because of that holographic, it also has more of like a reddish kind of orangey tint to it, whereas my, oops, wrong one, whereas my Cocoa is my color that is more of like a deep brown. If you're looking for a brown with like a reddish color, I do have one called Cappuccino. So there we go. There's that. And now I just have to do this last bit. And now for that, I might do this other color. I'm gonna put it on and see. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be a color for this cup or not. I think it might be too different. But I do want it to be pretty light on the edge there. I'm gonna try it because I do want it to be, I'm just gonna try part of it and see how it looks, because then I am gonna have my dark brown around here too. So I'm gonna try it on part of it and see if I like it. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like it for that part. I just definitely didn't like it right next to the gold like that. Yeah, that's a good color. Okay, we're gonna continue with this. I just didn't want to paint the whole thing if I wasn't gonna like it again. It's a real pretty color. It just was not working at all right next to that gold. At all. Okay, there we go. I'm loving it. Now I'm just gonna figure out what color. I don't know if I'm gonna do the dark brown on the outside now. I'm gonna kind of figure this out. I think I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna do this one here, and then I'm gonna figure out what color I'm gonna do on the rest of it, and I will come back. And I'm also gonna do an extra bit on this too. Just another quick coat. Okay, so I almost forgot to show you a very important part, and I noticed when I did my second coat on here that I didn't show you that part. Obviously, we don't want this to be this purpley pinkish color. It's a gorgeous glitter, but that's not what we're going for. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a bit of the technique that I used before on the last geode that I showed you, and I'm gonna use some of my alcohol inks to fix this. I like to start with kind of a deep center, so I think I'm gonna start with my teakwood in the center, and I'm just going to kind of put some drips there. And what I like about it is that it becomes so organic in there, and it just kind of moves around a little bit on its own and does its own thing. So that's what I like. That's what I'm going for. Put some of that teakwood on there and let it kind of spread. If you haven't seen my other one, it's not as, the other one is kind of a fun, it's kind of a fun geode. It's not like a very realistic, not that this is realistic looking, but it's not, you know, the most realistic. It's more of a fun, have fun with this kind of geode thing. Let's see, what am I going to use for the other? And then I think I'm going to go in here and around the teak wood. I think I'm going to pop in the espresso here. Kind of put some of that in there. Okay, and I just kind of do that. To that color that looked sort of, you know, be careful because you don't want it to spread into your just peachy too much. And if okay, I got it in the just peachy on this side a little bit. I'm just taking a little bit my nail polish remover and just very, very carefully wiping it off the top there. Very carefully. Very, very carefully, just wiping it down, wiping it off the top. You won't even be able to. I do this in color order, so I do like the darker colors first and then do the lighter colors after that because it's easier to brush a lighter color out of the dark than it is to brush the dark out of the light, if that makes sense. So now I'm just going to, I was using on this part, I was using my Mud Pie right here, which is an iridescent brown. I've got, oh, that's just alcohol ink there. And I'm doing that here. And I still try my hardest not to get it anywhere else because, you know, again, this is a darker color and I'm putting it right next to this lighter color here. So I want to make sure that I try and get all of that out of there. Here we go. I think it's important, I personally, it's a personal preference, I really like to use holographics or mixes in this big part because I think it adds something. That's a lot of cup that's just one color, and so it's nice to have like either a texture with like different types of glitter or different, you know, different colors or something, or, you know, like the holographic, it's all one color, but it has the appearance of not. It has the appearance of being multiple colors because it's got that holographic glitter, so it like rainbows sort of, you know, holographic. Okay. So this is good then. Oh, I love how that's looking. It's looking beautiful. And now I'm just going to go back and make sure that anything that I got in here is coming out and not staying in that lighter color. There we go. I am loving this. Really loving it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, my next step, once this completely dries, you want to wait for this Mod Podge to completely dry. Once it completely dries, you are going to seal it, and then I always seal it a second time. So you're going to seal it a couple times, and then once that's dry, you will put on your first layer of epoxy. Okay guys, I just did something that some of you probably aren't going to like, and I don't care. There was something about this cup that I wasn't liking, and it was that copper. I just wasn't really too into it, so I tried something on the other side, and I switched it out with the flamingo, and now it's all working for me. So I'm going to go over here, and all I'm doing to switch this out, I didn't do a double coat of that because I was having second thoughts about it. I'm just going to go in and paint over it just like I did on the other side. You're never going to know it was there. If anything, it's going to add something to it. So I'm going to paint over it. It's a beautiful color, but it was the one thing not really working for me, and something about this cup just, every time I was looking at it, I was like, no, something wasn't working. And this is for my mom for Mother's Day, and she likes pink, and pink looks really nice with like browns and beiges and stuff. So here we go. I'm using a smaller brush to make sure that I stay within the lines here, because it's kind of, you know, an interestingly shaped part. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so I'm just going to go in any really sharp edges. I'm just going to kind of boop out. Make sure that I get the bottom part really well. And now I'm going to put that flamingo pink in there, which is my favorite metallic pink that I have. I have a Paris too that I really like. The Paris, I'd say, in the metallic anyway, the Paris I'd say is a little bit more, oh, that looks so much better. I love it. It pops now. Not everybody's going to love it. Some people are probably going to be like, you should have kept it. I don't care. This is my mom's cup, and I want it to be perfect for her Mother's Day. And I think it actually looks way better now. Way better. Hey guys, I'm back. And so this is where I'm at right now. This is after my first coat of epoxy, and it's looking really nice, but there's still something missing, right? Well, that is gonna happen next. That's my next step. What I use, I've just got these, what brand are they? Craft Smart. They're just Craft Smart little paint pens. So I've got these, and I am going to do some drawing on here. Now these happen to be oil-based paint pens, so make sure that you seal really well after you use them. This is all I have here, so this is what I'm using for right now. I'm out of the other. But it's okay as long as you seal, because if you don't seal, your epoxy will repel it. Now this here is like a copper kind of color, and I've got a gold and like a silvery gray. So I'm gonna just kind of play around and see what I decide I want to do with it. So basically I just kind of, I think I'm gonna start maybe with this like coppery color and maybe make a line in here. Thing is, I've just got this cardboard here. It doesn't really matter what I do on it. Perfect. Get it going. And I'm just going to take it from the bottom and kind of make a line. I try to make it a little, you don't want a straight line. You want it to look a little bit more organic, and kind of go like that. And now I think I'm going to take one up higher into here. I should probably do this so you guys can see. Oops, I messed up a little bit. You can just wipe it right off. Okay. All right, there's another one. And this is where it really starts to come to life. You can really feel it a lot more once you start putting these lines in here. I think that it really adds something to the cup for sure. This one was one that I haven't opened yet, so this one's probably gonna take me, oh wait, maybe this is an old one actually. Okay. Maybe we're not using the gold one. That's fine. I'm good with that, whatever. All right, let's try again. I'm gonna try this one actually, and maybe put this one in here in the middle of this pink somewhere. Now this actually shows up as more of a silver, which is good because that's really kind of what I wanted it to look like. I mean, it is. Oh shoot, sorry guys. And the beautiful thing is that if you mess up and kind of go ooh, a little jagged, that's what you want. That's what makes this look. That's what makes this have that cool look. So we're good there. And actually, I think I'm going to take this one out. I'm not really caring for that too much. I'm going to go on this side here. And start with this one. Like that. Good. I think I actually like the copper color and the pink a little bit more. Nah. Meh. Eh. It's not my favorite. I'm going to play around with this a little bit, but you get the gist of it. You get what we're going for here, and it's just what you like. Do what you like. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of that silvery one. I don't really care for that, but yeah. So I'm just going to play around with this a little bit, and then I'm going to give it a seal coat to make sure that that is completely sealed. And I'm gonna put my flood coat on it, and it's gonna be done, guys. It's gonna be done. You can see